Hello, this is Lisa from Happy Stamp, and today we are going to be making this really cute but fast, quick gift card holder. So it has a belly band that you can slip off, and then you have your to and from, and then you're just going to slip your gift card right in here. I did decorate the back. You don't have to, because they're most likely just going to be seeing the front, but save yourself some paper. But I always have plenty of paper, so just thought I would decorate the back as well. So you want to make sure that you don't put your belly band on here too tight so that you can slip it on and off. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I am using Berry Burst. Here are my supplies. Let me tell you, I'm using the stamp set and dies Darling Details. I used this little flower right here and the fill-in and the Happy Birthday. I used the stylish shapes. And then for the to and from, I used Best Family Ever. What I did is I used this to my and from your, and I just masked or taped off these two words, so the my and the your, to get the to and the from. I don't know if we have another to and from. Oh, I know we do. It was just too big. So I needed something a little bit smaller. So this worked absolutely perfect. And there's a happy birthday in here too. So this is a great stamp set. And then for the paper, I am using the Glorious Gingham. And this has the Pecan Pie, Berry Burst. Let's see. Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, Pecan Pie, and Pretty Peacock. So, and then the Berry Burst. So it's got great colors in it. All right. So I have a piece of Berry Burst here, and this measures 5 1/4 by 6. I have a piece of Berry Burst for the belly band that is 3/4 by 6. You need a scrap of Berry Burst, and I use the third from the smallest stitched circle, and then the next one down, so the second smallest with the basic white. For the gingham, you need 1 by 3 1/2. You're going to need another one that is 2 by 3 1/2, and then this one is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then I have a piece that is 1 by 3 1/2, and this one is for the Happy Birthday. And this is 3/4 by 2 1/4, I think. Yes, 3/4 by 2 1/4. And then you're going to need another scrap for the little flower. And I had already done that one ahead of time. I just, and then cut it out with the coordinating die. All right, so let us get this scored. We're going to take our Simply Scored, and on the 5 1/4 inch side, so on the 5 1/4 inch side, we are going to score that at 3/4 on both sides. So 3/4, and then flip it all the way around, and 3/4. On the 6 inch side, you need to score it at 1 1/4 and 3 3/4. So you're going to be able to get 2 of these out of one sheet of cardstock. All right, so let's just fold these on the score lines. Make sure you get a good crease with your bone folder. All right, so the outer four corners, we are going to remove those. So the first and the third on each side. We're just going to take those off. I want to remind you that starting June 1st, there is going to be a sale on select designer series paper, 15% off. So you can go to my website at happystamp.stampinup.net and it will tell you which ones are going to be on sale. So it's a good time, now that you got your paper shares, to decide which ones that you like, so you can go ahead and get the ones that you want. All right, so the two rectangles that are left, we are going to give just a little miter, what would be the bottom. This is the bottom of the gift card holder. On the top, I'm going to cut off just a little bit more of a wedge. I think it's just easier to get the gift card out like that. All right, so get rid of these. Let's go ahead and add our designer series paper. That goes there and that goes there. I am using the Retired Detailed Trio Punch, and I'm using that on the top flap. I'm hoping if we just continue to use it that they will decide, I don't know if I got that one in there right, they will decide to bring it back. That happened with an embossing folder once. I'm going to do the same thing to the 3.5 piece of designer series paper, and the same with the piece of basic white. I don't think I got that one quite in there good enough. There we go. Nope. Let's try it one more time. There we go. All right. So, I think I got all my pieces. Sorry. Let me get a drink here. Rounded. All right, we will take the designer series paper and put a little bit of glue on here so we can wiggle it around, and this is all going on the inside, or the outside, of course. All right. I want to make sure that I got this. Yes. The bigger one goes in the middle. All right. And then the last piece. We won't put this piece in until after we stamp it, so I'm going to move that out of the way. Got it a little, oh well. I got a little more on this side than I wanted, but that's all right. I'm going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to put that here on the flaps. And you don't need to go quite up so far. I get kind of aggressive with it because it's going to show a little bit. So I'm going to try and remember, put it down a little bit on this side. You can take your adhesive eraser and it will come off, but if you remember to do it properly, then you don't have to do that. All right, so this piece right here, I'm going to take, I have a 1.5 inch circle punch here. Use whatever circle punch you have and put it in the middle and just take out just a little bit so that they can pull up the gift card easier. It's just easier to pull up the gift card when there's a little finger notch in there. All right, so I'm going to take your pick tool to get the backing off of the sticky tear and tape. I almost said sticky strip. We haven't had that in a long time. All right. So then this, it's folded up like this, and this is where I have a little bit of adhesive right there. But you can take your adhesive eraser and just erase that right off of there. And then I could just kind of tuck it right in there. There we go. All right. So let's take our little piece of basic white here. And we want to make sure to stamp it the correct way so the rounded corners goes up towards the top. This one, it doesn't look like I got that cut correctly. So there we go. That looks a little better. There we go. Just a little sliver. All right, so what I did is I took those two stamps, and this says to my, from your. This is a great stamp set because you can put to my nephew, from your aunt. So it's pretty, I love the stamp set. It's a great stamp set. All right, so I have a piece of Post-it tape here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off the your, and then I'm going to mask off the, it says to my, so I'm going to mask off the Y, or my, not Y. And if you can get those stuck to the blocks, that's always a good thing. All right, just like that. It's a great way to get multiple uses out of your stamps. All right, then I'm going to take some Memento, and we're going to ink up the to and from. And then remember to take off this part because it's bad when you leave that on. All right, and then we will bring this down and we will do the to and from. So there is the to and from. All right, should have used my piercing mat, but it didn't come out too bad. All right, so now I am going to use my Stamp and Seal Put it on the back of the stamped Whisper White, and then that is going to go in here. All right, just like that. All right, and I am going to show you how I stamped the flower, just so you see it. I have it stamped in basic black, so I'm going to stamp the outline in basic black, or Memento. And let me get my, this is photopolymer, so it is best if you use a piercing mat to stamp it. Seems to come out better. All right, so there is that. And one little tip for you, you can see that my stamp is stained, but it's not stained really bad. And what I do is the first time I use it, I stamp it in Versamark, and then clean it, and then use it. And it seems to block the reds from staining it too bad. It's going to stain it no matter what because it's red. It's a form of red. But it's not so bad that you can't get most of it off. All right. So that, and it's a distinctive stamp, so it's going to have, it's going to look like it didn't stamp all the way in some places, but that's the way it's supposed to look. All right. And then I just take my chamois and it does get really most of it off. Some of mine are like really red, but I try to remember to stamp it in Versamark first and then stamp it in the red color or pink or, you know, orange, whatever ones that stain our stamps. But I've also been told that if they stain your stamps, that's a good thing. It means it's more high quality. I don't know, but that's what I was told, so that's what I'm going with. All right. And then you're going to take your matching die, which is this one right here, and run that through, and this is what you're going to get. All right, so Happy Birthday comes in the same set. Stamp that up. And I am stamping it just a little bit over a little bit. Should have left my piercing mat out. Because I am going to be tucking it in the flower. So there is that. All right, I think I'm done with this now. All right. Then you can take, I don't do the banners very well, so I have my retired banner triple punch. And I just put this in here, kind of eyeball it, and give it a punch. Because I no matter what I do, I can't get them. Even if you go up the middle and then you meet it on both, doesn't work for me. I need a punch. All right, so there is that. All right, so let's put our belly band on here. Now remember, you don't want to make this too tight. So we're gonna put that. I'm not scoring it or anything with my Simply Scored. I'm just bending it and then trying not to make it so tight, just bending it again. And hopefully that it will not make it so tight. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to give it a good burnish with my bone folder. And I just make sure that this is all lined up so that it's straight, and a good burnish with my bone folder. All right, so we'll put this back on here. We will put some glue right here. And then fold that over. Just leave that for a second. All right, I am going to take these two while that is drying. And we'll put a little bit of glue behind the white. And that is going to go right here. I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals for the flower. All right. And then you put your flower any way you want to. As soon as I find my sample, what did I do with it? Lord have mercy. Right here. So we'll put that kind of like that. And then this, we'll put a little bit of glue right here. And then that's going to go between the Berry Burst and the basic white. So kind of like that. All right. And then this is good. It's going to come off okay. We'll take some more glue. Put that right here. And then we're kind of going to do it in an angle, just like that. Make sure that the bee is kind of showing there. I am using some of the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. I think that these are Berry Burst. I'm not for sure, but I thought they looked really good with the Berry Burst, so I decided to use those. So I'm taking one big one and putting that there, and then a smaller one up here, and another smaller one over here. All right, so you're going to be able to make these for graduations and birthdays, anniversaries. I just used one for retirement. If you saw my Facebook post, I made some, and then I used the printer and I printed off our mascot, which is an Indian head, and did them in red and white. I already gave them away. So yeah, you're going to be able to and then on the inside I put congratulations, and I didn't put any sentiment, just the red and white and the Indian head on the outside. But that is it. So just slide that off, and then there is your to and from, and there you have it. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. I'd be happy to answer them. All supplies can be purchased through my online store at happystamp.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.